is so resonant and it means so much to so many. It's also so interesting, the arc of this political career, given that Senator Harris was one of the first to drop out when she was running for president herself against Joe Biden. She was criticized for not quite knowing which direction within the party she was headed. Was she an economic populist, like an Elizabeth Warren? Was she going to be more of someone who embraced this tough on crime mantra that she had the reputation of having carried when she was Attorney General in California? And it didn't add up for her as a candidate on her 2 feet, and yet she provided this boost to Joe Biden when he became the nominee, of someone who could take his centrist Democratic politics and inject this new life of the new future of the Democratic Party. She is seen as that additive to the campaign ticket and seen as that supplement in so many ways. I think it'll be fascinating to watch what she does with this position, given how much of historical weight is on this, since she is a barrier breaker. What does she do for women in this role, given how hard hit women have been from COVID, particularly women of color? What does she do for them in the economy, given the lack of safety net that we know is there to help so many of the women who've had to drop out of the workforce to care for loved ones during the pandemic or educate their children? It's going to be fascinating to watch what she does with the office, I think.
Margaret, it's a great point. She will be heavily scrutinized because of that. And I asked her recently, what will your portfolio be? And she said, we haven't decided yet. I know that I'll be the last person in the room, but she declined to say whether she would tackle the economic package like Joe Biden did, or she would be the head of the coronavirus task force like Mike Pence was supposed to do. But no doubt that she can choose to do whatever she wants to do, I think, with Joe Biden. I'm also struck, too, she's the daughter of immigrants. This is very important for many people in this country, not only as a black woman, as a woman of Indian American descent, but she is the daughter of immigrants. She grew up with that ethos, where her mother said to her, don't sit around and complain about things, do something.
And she took her mother's advice to heart. She said one of her big regrets is that her mother is not with us today on this special day, but she knows that her mom is looking down on her. I interviewed, here comes Nancy Pelosi. And Senator Klobuchar. I interviewed a couple of her childhood friends, someone who had known her since she was 5. What were we going to say, John?
All right, Joe Biden.
Our first sighting.
Our first sighting of our president. President number 46. Heading to the door. Kamala's childhood friend, who's been with her since she was 5, is there today. I talked to a college friend who got her involved in AKAs, the sororities that you've heard so much about, the pink and green. She said when Kamala was a freshman, she ran for student body president, and people told her, it's not your time, you need to wait, and she said, nope. She told Jane Pauley the other day on Sunday morning, I eat no for breakfast. I love that. I like that mantra, Nora. I eat no for breakfast. And she ran.
And let's just... Let's take this in for a moment. Jay says it's lightly snowing.
Going up to lunch.
Ladies and gentlemen, accompanying the President-elect, the staff director of the Joint Congressional Committee and Inaugural Ceremonies, Fitzhugh Elder IV, the acting House Senate Sergeant-at-Arms, Tim Blodgett, and the acting Senate Sergeant-at-Arms, Jennifer Hemingway.
And you might see, yes, That's a little bit of a light snow, just a couple flakes falling here in Washington. Let's bring.
Please hold on. Please hold on for another half hour.
I said if it starts to blizzard, you might see Senator
45 minutes.
Klobuchar announced for president.
Her snowy speed, indeed.
Well, we are just moments away from the president-elect Joe Biden being announced, as he will be sworn in shortly and give an inaugural address that his advisors say will be 20 to 30 minutes.
Of the United States,
And like
Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. and Dr. Jill Biden. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Look at all those people.
Please welcome the Honorable Amy Klobuchar.